Check 1, 2. What up? It's Trent Out Loud, and I'm back with another episode. All right, y'all. I have a great show set up for you guys today. And for my daily listeners, you know what today is. It's Friday! Beer, 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 beer. Let's go. All right. I got a great show set up for you guys today. In our breaking story, Donald Trump scrubs his racist post that he made of Barack and Michelle Obama and then blames a White House staff member. We got all the goods. Stay tuned, all right? In Lead Stories, we're going to give you guys an update. Savannah Guthrie, her and her family missed Thursday's 5 p.m. deadline in the ransom note for the safe return of her mother, Nancy Guthrie. Now, what? We have a breakdown. We told you guys on yesterday's show about the press conference. We have a lot of progress in that. And also, we now can speculate some things of why her mother may have been taken, and it has to do with the Epstein file. So stay tuned. I have a really good video for you guys following up yesterday's conversation. All right. So that is in Lead Stories. In quick news, we're going to talk Donald Trump, Bitcoin, Northwest, and her daddy, Kanye West. New to the show now, we are no longer going to wait till the end of the show. As soon as we finish quick news, we're going to go to comments of the day because I want to talk with you guys. I want to discuss. Derek, if you're there from yesterday, make sure you stick around, all right? Because I want to talk to you and other people on the right and on the left, all right? So comment of the day right after quick news. And then as always, we're going to close out the show with lesson of the day and then final thoughts. Y'all know what time it is. Turn your TV, your radio, your devices up. Come on, y'all. We made it. Yes, to the end of the week. It's Friday. And I'm about to start this show. Let's go. Okay. Welcome, everybody. I don't normally do this, but because it's Friday, let's start off the show. Let's start off the show with a round of applause for all of us who were working hard this week, waking up early, getting through the Monday, Tuesday to hump day. We are finally here at the end of the week. The weekend is here. One more time. It's Friday. Yes, let's go. I'm in a good mood. All right. Okay, enough fooling around, Trent. We have a breaking story, and it's not necessarily breaking about what Donald Trump did, but what's breaking is that he deleted it and now blaming it on a White House staff member, okay? We are going to jump right into this. Now, I woke up this morning, as I normally do, and for those of you who follow me on IG, y'all know that I normally post something up in the morning, whatever happened kind of overnight or whatever is breaking in the day. Sometimes it's not really exciting. You know, the day's just starting. It's 7:30, 8 o'clock in the morning. I wake up and my timeline is, yo, Donald Trump post racist, monkey, ape, whatever. And I'm like, no, it cannot be. Like, it cannot be. I do not believe what I'm seeing. So I see it on one blog post. I see it somewhere else. And I'm like, this cannot be true. I go to True Social, and it's the reason why I have True Social to check stuff out. And I see this literally on Donald Trump's timeline. And I'm like, what is going on? I do my thing. I make my post. And here I want to play it for you. And then we'll talk about what transpired after that. He made this post around 11:30, I think, or 11:45 last night. And of course, it went wild throughout the night and people woke up to it. And we'll tell you what has happened. And I think what has happened of him scrubbing and deleting it should actually be bigger than what he did. Some of you might disagree, but again, just stay tuned. We'll get to the comment section. I think what Donald Trump did, scrubbing and deleting, and what that means is actually bigger than the post. Stick around. I'll explain it to you. For those who haven't seen it, this is what happened this morning. Wake up! Y'all have some explaining to do. President Donald Trump has posted on True Social a degrading video depicting Barack and Michelle Obama as monkeys. Donald Trump is facing immense backlash after posting a deeply offensive video on his True Social account that depicts former President Barack Obama and First Lady Michelle Obama in a dehumanizing way. The clip appears at the end of a longer-running video pushing false claims about the 2020 election. The imagery immediately sparked backlash online, with many calling it degrading and unacceptable for anyone, let alone a former president. Political strategists also weighed in, saying there is no misunderstanding or excuse for the post and that it reflects a long pattern of conduct. He added that behavior like this should permanently disqualify Trump from holding power again. I know this is all about deflection, so I personally am not going to let it get to me, but I would like to see how people are going to react, especially on the right. We'll talk about. Okay, so that was my reaction. Okay, I want to keep this up here for 1 second. Okay, so that happens in the morning. Okay, now everybody solidifies that. Everybody know, you heard everything, the back, the right, the left. I heard one. I think he's Republican. No, he's definitely Republican, but I think he literally was a self-prescribed like MAGA loyalist. And he was on a radio show almost in tears saying, I cannot believe that Donald Trump would do this. Now, as I always do, I always want to give both sides. Now, this is a clip from a longer video, which I'm not going to play the longer video because I'm not going to try to do any favors for Donald Trump, but I'm just going to explain to you guys, for those who don't know, it was not just this image that you see here. It was a video of all the Democrats, and it was to the Lion King theme song, and other people from the Democratic Party were in there, Joe Biden, whatever, and they were there as different animals. Barack and Michelle were in the video as apes. And what somebody pointed out is that there was no apes in the Lion King. Now, from that longer Lion King clip, in a video about the election being stolen in 2020 and Joe Biden, we're talking about the election, and then they just took the clip from that video and they stuck that in for literally 2 seconds. So it was the 2020 election, Joe Biden, and then you see Barack Obama and Michelle for 2 seconds, and then the guy comes back in talking, and that is what Donald Trump reposted. Okay, now a couple hours later, this is what we get from the White House, and I'll read it to you. Caroline Leavitt says this. This is from an internet meme video depicting President Trump as the king of the jungle and Democrats as characters from The Lion King. Please stop the fake outrage and report on something today that actually matters to the American people. Caroline Leavitt. Now, I think she put that on Twitter, or it was on the official White House socials, or she made the statement. So that was official to come out and say, okay? Now, of course, people did not accept that. He is the king of the jungle in your world, and you want to make a meme. And I have been on record. You can go back and check a bunch of shows. And I have given credit to the White House and the Trump administration, even though I get dragged from it for people on the left. I have given them credit for using their socials in a way that speaks to Gen Z, millennials, the younger generation, the social media generation, the memes, it's not the traditional political suit and tie way of doing things. Now, of course, whenever Donald Trump does it, it's pushing the limits, but everything he does pushes the limits. You've seen that Kamala Harris did a very good job during her campaign using social media and using TikTok. Donald Trump uses it in his way. So I would not have had a problem with him using a meme like this, because I do know that that is their MO, and they have a good social media team and they do these things. Remember at that the King March, when they had the fighter jet and it was dropping stuff down, and I didn't like it, but we know that that's how he uses it. But that is no excuse to put a former president and a former first lady in an ape outfit and put it on socials. Like, there is just no excuse for that whatsoever. Even in the light of saying it's just a meme. Oh, and that you cannot use that as an excuse, because that's what they always use for Donald Trump. Oh, he's just, that's how he is. Oh, don't take him for his, he likes to play. Oh, he likes to troll. He is the president of the United States of America. And like I said, there was Republicans, there was Democrats, there was MAGA people calling for this to be taken down, apologized for, and a lot of people said he went too far. Now, look what came out after. Take a listen.
Breaking news right now, Donald Trump took down the racist post of the Obamas depicting the Obamas as monkeys, admitting that it was wrong. But here's the kicker. White House says that it was a staffer who erroneously posted it, blaming a White House staffer. The full quote given to the News Corp, quote, "A White House staffer erroneously made the post. It has been taken down." Here's the thing, folks. Caroline Leavitt, the White House press secretary, came out and defended it. She came out and said, essentially, that that the media needs to stop having this outrage. The American people should be talking about other things. She came out this morning completely defending it. And now they're blaming a White House staffer for, quote, erroneously making this racist post. It was up for 12 hours. It took multiple Republican senators calling him out for doing this. Stunning news right now. Time to talk about the Epstein files too. Get ready. Spread the word. I'll have more updates for you.
Okay, so like I said in my video, I do not let Donald Trump and his antics get to me, because I know that is what he wants to do. I have a story in Quick News where you could tell that he's doing this to rile people up. That is what he does, and it's all deflection for his, if he's not doing well in the polls, if the economy is not doing well, the Epstein files or whatever. And again, some people on the left don't like when I say that. I feel he does a masterful job of controlling the narrative in the media. So I knew that doing this, he knew what it was going to do, and it was going to take over the headlines. Now, I said earlier when I first started talking about this is that I condemn it. I think it's wrong. I think it's not presidential, even though I do like some of the things that they do on social media that kind of bucks the norm, because that's the type of person I am. I don't like traditional, and I like when people kind of go out and do different things, but it is wrong. Now, even though that is wrong, I think the bigger picture here is we caught the administration pretty much, I don't want to say lying, but you caught them kind of like, Caroline said, hey, there's no problem. And then it was taken down. Now, they said it was taken down by a White House staffer. Remember when I told you that it was posted around midnight last night? What White House staffer is up at midnight posting stuff? And this was not posted on the White House social media. They have a team, which I give them credit for. This was on Donald Trump's personal True Social account. You mean to tell me there's a White House staffer that has access to Donald Trump's personal True Social account and they're posting at midnight without him knowing at all? No, he has said numerous amounts of time that he is the one who's posting on his True Social account. We have heard him all the time saying that, okay? So that's one. So it's good when Republicans, Democrats, independents, whatever, you're able to catch whoever it is in public office doing something wrong and not reporting us wrong. That's the first good thing about this. The second thing, and the bigger thing, is the fact that they took it down. That is amazing. The same way how I was applauding, or I have been applauding, Minnesotans for standing up, peacefully protesting. I understand there were some that were not, but the peaceful protest and the things that have carried out in Minnesota, we heard Tom Homan saying, we're going to take down some federal agents from 2,700 to 2,000. We're going to take 700 away. We heard Donald Trump this week saying, when somebody on NBC, I forgot the interviewer's name, said, "What have you learned from Minnesota?" And Donald Trump said, "We maybe need a softer touch." So this week, he has withdrawn some of his troops, which you've never seen Donald Trump do. He said that we learned a lesson, which is crazy to hear from Donald Trump. We learned a lesson? His lesson was we need a softer touch. And now today, you see him post something that is horribly wrong, which everybody will say that it's wrong, and he took it down. Now, please don't think that I'm trying to say that Donald Trump is himself personally changing, because he's never going to change. And this guy's 80-something years old. He's not going to change. But what this does show, same thing what it showed in Minnesota, is that when collectively America stands together, united, Donald Trump sees it and he does back down. I have highlighted this every time it happens. And I go back to when he's in meetings with other countries, president from other countries. When he's with Zelensky, he's one Donald Trump. When he's with Putin, he's another Donald Trump. And when he's with President Xi from China, he's a complete other man. You see it in his body language. So I highlight this not to take away from the fact that what he did was wrong at all. I've said it a million times, and please don't come at me in the comment section saying, "Oh, Trump was wrong." But the fact that America can see that united you stand and divided you fall. This should be a lesson to any Republicans, independents, and or Democrats that ever want to come together for one thing. You can get to this administration. You want something from the Epstein files, you can come together and get it. You want something to happen in the midterms, you can come together and get it. He has shown you 3 times this week alone. When have you ever seen Donald Trump delete something? I understand that he was trying to blame it on a White House staffer, and the truth is we'll never know. I don't necessarily believe it. A lot of people don't believe it because Caroline would have said it in the beginning. But then when there's so much backlash, she's like, "Oh, we'll take it down," but it was a White House staffer. Okay? Remember this. Take this with you on the weekend and think about it. United we stand, divided we fall. There is a way to get at the Trump administration, and that is through unity. All right. Let's go over to Savannah and Nancy. There are a lot of developments that have happened about that. We talked about that a lot yesterday. Let's go over to that story right now. Okay, Savannah and her poor mother, Nancy. Do I have a video? Okay, so yesterday, just to bring everybody up to speed, Savannah Guthrie, a Today Show host, her mother was taken on Sunday. Monday, I think Sunday around lunch, they called the police. She's been missing. TMZ got a ransom letter, if I'm not mistaken, Wednesday. She put out a video speaking to the would-be abductors, who we think. And yesterday at 5 p.m. was the first deadline from the abductors saying, "Hey, we want millions of dollars in Bitcoin. And or if that doesn't happen, then we'll give you guys a couple of more days. But something will happen, which we don't know. But then on Monday, if you don't give us our millions of dollars in Bitcoin, something worse will happen." We still don't know what the Thursday at 5 p.m. There was definitely something that happened or that triggered that wasn't good, because there was a first deadline and a second. Now, I was on air yesterday, 5 Arizona time. As soon as I got off, I did my research, and this is what I found out that the police know so far, okay? One, the blood on the porch that a lot of people thought may have been the abductors, etc. The blood on the porch was Nancy's, not somebody else's. So we still don't know if they really have DNA or not. One. Second thing is, I told you guys yesterday that there were 2 people that sent ransom notes, one that has been arrested and the second one that is about to be arrested. There has been people trying to make money off of this and send in ransom letters. So how does the of the FBI and the officials know that these people who they're talking to now that are asking for the millions of dollars in Bitcoin, how do they know that this one ransom letter that was sent to TMZ, how do they know that that one is actually really real? I found out. Allegedly, in the ransom letter that was sent to TMZ, they told them about 2 items that they left back in the home and a place where they left her Apple Watch. I'm pretty sure it's an Apple Watch, but in case I'm wrong, a watch. So that is how they know that the people who they're talking to now that want the millions of dollars in Bitcoin, those people have been authenticated because there is nobody else on the planet that would have known, because Nancy got dropped off, I think, Saturday night in an Uber, and she was in the house alone. And from what they know, I think the last pacemaker attempt back to her phone was at like 2 a.m. And then they only found out that she was missing, I think, around lunchtime or 11 o'clock. So only people in that house was Nancy and the people who took her. So there's 3 objects that they left, well, 2 objects they left back and a watch. So in the note, they said, hey, we have your mom, we want $1 million of Bitcoin. And to authenticate this, there's a watch here, and you find this, let's say, in the bathroom, and this is in the kitchen. So they know that the people they are talking to is the right people. That is so scary. Just imagine getting that, hoping that it's fake, hoping that it's real. And then they're like, yeah, go in the bathroom. I left there. Or, you know, like I left a $10 bill with this serial number there. Like nobody else would ever know that. That's got to be like in your soul, you know? Okay. The second thing is, in the ransom letter, again, another thing they said, there is no way for you to be able to contact us. Like, don't try to contact us. We're sending this one email. You need to send us our money by Thursday at 5 p.m. If not, something will happen, which we don't know yet. And then if not, after that happens on Monday at 5 p.m., if you don't give us, then I guess you'll just never see your mom again. And by the way, we're not talking anymore. You cannot contact us. Done. Of course, the FBI hostage negotiations, they're going to try. They're going to say, we want proof of life. They're going to try. They put out the video. The Sun put out a video. You're talking about the best people in the world, the best hostage negotiators and FBI agents in the world. The person that wrote this letter was like, I don't care what you do. These are the instructions. Don't contact us. The sheriff believes that Nancy is still alive. He says that all the evidence points to her still being alive. There is no proof that she's not. NBC has updated their security around in their offices. I guess they may feel like this could maybe happen to somebody else's parents or whatever, but apparently they're upgraded security at NBC. That is where Savannah worked as a host for the Today Show. The Ring doorbell, which is the most shocking thing to me. They had Ring cameras and a Ring doorbell. And for those of you who don't have a Ring doorbell, I'll explain to you how it works. You buy a Ring doorbell, and then there's like a server within the doorbell that's like, I don't know, it'll keep, let's say 5 hours. Or not even that much. Or you can get a subscription and it just sends everything up to the cloud. Their Ring cameras and Ring doorbell didn't have a subscription. You're talking about somebody who's a multimillionaire. If you see the house, you can say it's a big house. They didn't have a subscription. And they're saying that that's the one thing that must be so hard to deal with. Like, if we had a subscription, because if you go up to a Ring camera that has a subscription, all the way up till you grab and rip the camera off, you will have footage. So you would have had something of the people, but because they didn't have a subscription, nothing. That is why they took the Ring doorbell. So that has got to be so hard. The subscription is like $5, $10 a month, maybe. I think for the year, it's like $150. So, side note, asterisk, anybody that has a Ring camera, get a subscription. Trust me. And if you don't have a Ring camera, get one and then get a subscription, okay? Now, they want people to know, and I want to do my due diligence. If anybody has any information, to call the FBI at 1-800-CALL-FBI, or you can call the Sheriff's Department in Arizona at 520-351-4669. 4900. That's 520-351-4900. Now, I want to talk about Harvey and TMZ. Harvey got the letter at TMZ, and two other affiliate stations or news stations, in Arizona or in Tucson got the same letter. And remember what I told you guys yesterday? You have to be weary or just cognizant of what they're putting out in the media, because yes, journalists and media, even myself, content creators, we're informing you, the public, what is going on, but they're never going to make us the priority. The priority is to bring back Nancy. So they're only going to put things out there that they want the person to hear. They want the abductors to hear only what they tell the media. So you got to know that this is strategic. So Harvey came on and said that in the note, they said once they transfer the Bitcoin, they will bring her back in a certain amount of time. And Harvey said he's not allowed to say what the time is, but he said that they're not going to get on a plane because obviously that will set off signals. She's not going to put her on a train. So they're going to drive her back. And the time that they said that they will bring her back, he says that, let's just say, for example, you send us the Bitcoin, we'll bring her back within 5 hours. They were able to draw a circle around the map to say a 5-hour driving distance. They're not going to speed because they do not want to get flagged by the police. They don't want to set off any radar. So driving 5 hours at 100 kilometers an hour, that means that this is the radius. Okay, so now the police have a radius of where they might be holding her. So that is something that they wanted to put out there. Not a plane, not a train. They feel like they're going to drive her back. Harvey also said that the way the letter was written was a very intelligent person, and he said something that there's something that they're trying to get out to the person. He said, if you gave this letter to an English teacher, it would come back with no mistakes. The person is so well written and spoken. Just personally, I think they're trying to let the person know that they're onto them. I feel like this person is, I don't know, some sort of education or some sort of English major or something, and they're trying to scare the person, because you want to scare the person into doing something that's not in their plans and that they'll be seen by that. So there's something there with the letter and how well written it is. So that is Harvey, the letter, bringing you guys up to speed. We'll see what happens over the weekend. Of course, the FBI, everyone is still looking for her. I told you guys yesterday, Donald Trump said all facets of the government is at the disposal. Now, talking about Trump, talking about all facets of the government being at disposal, the FBI, I said yesterday that I found it a little weird. And when I came to the comment section, a lot of you agreed with me that although Savannah is a Today Show host, and although I feel horrible for their family, I find it a little bit weird that it is a national story that a television host's mother went missing. This is the United States of America. There's close to 4 million people in the United States. Do you know how many people have gone missing in the United States right now? If you just took a poll somewhere, it'd be like in the thousands. The president of the United States has not given the full weight of the FBI and agencies to look for these thousands missing people. So why would it be national news and everywhere? And why would this require everyone's attention? And we all said there's something a little weird going on. I found this video. Take a listen.
Not being reported right now is the fact that Savannah Guthrie is in the Epstein files. And what's also not being reported is the fact that she was the first mainstream TV journalist to interview a survivor of Epstein. Let me be clear that this is speculation, but based on observable patterns. So this is a theory that I'm working on right now. NBC executives knew in 2015 that if they actually released Savannah Guthrie's Dateline documentary on the survivors of Epstein called Reckoning, that there would be litigation and political fallout, and very specifically with Prince Andrew, who many of these allegations came from I would say, the most recognizable survivor of the Epstein crimes, who is Virginia Guthrie. And I want you to understand that Savannah gave a voice to Virginia so that she could actually make these allegations that were reaching into the highest levels of power. And this is where I really start to speculate. When we start to look at the psychology of a kidnapping, you can have someone who's focused on money and trying to extort resources out of a family or out of a woman like Nancy, or they could be targeting something different. The targeting could be strategic, symbolic, tactical, almost like someone's trying to reach an audience and get attention. And I could start to observe this pattern when I see that there was a ransom note with an active, valid Bitcoin account that was sent to multiple media agencies, as well as the family being harassed with menacing letters, specifically to Savannah. What if what we're witnessing right now isn't just an abduction, but it is a psychological weapon that is being used? What if in some way this is a type of institutional retaliation against someone who helped speak out? Remember, I told you she was in the Epstein files. It very clearly shows that Savannah wasn't liked for sharing the voices of Epstein's survivors. So was this a lone actor that just had an ideological fixation? Maybe a perpetrator that decided to kidnap Nancy to try to hurt the family or gain money and gain notoriety? Is this a coordinated campaign against media? I want to remind you, there was another very vocal individual who spoke out against Epstein. His name was Charlie Kirk. He openly criticized the U.S. government for the handling of the Epstein files and all of the circumstances. My question is, what exactly are we witnessing?
Wow. Wow. Like, we could talk about that video for like half an hour. Like, she dissected every single theory. And I'm not saying that those theories are right or wrong. But when you look at the media aspect, I told you NBC has increased their security. Why is NBC increasing their security? Why? Someone's mom is missing. NBC's a $1 billion entity. They're in New York. They're in Tucson. If this was just some local guy just trying to get some money from somebody you know, why would NBC need to heighten their security around their buildings? We all know about media. Don Lemon last week. By the way, I'll be in Minnesota on Monday doing lives from the courtroom. Stay tuned for that. But she was in the Epstein files. She wasn't liked by people. She spoke to people that was speaking out against Epstein. NBC. This goes deeper and deeper and deeper. It's all starting to make sense why this is a national story, why Donald Trump is involved, why the FBI is involved, why everything is involved. And again, to be fair, these are just theories. This is not a source telling me this is just facts. But like we've been talking about Jay-Z all week, when you put Diddy, when you put R. Kelly, when you put Harvey Weinstein, when you put that song, the lyrics, and you keep adding up, and his son Ramir and this and that. So when you take Nancy and Savannah, you're like, yes, just going to take this 84-year-old woman? Boom. TMZ, media, NBC, media. Could get a little crazy. Okay. Cannot wait. I see the comment section going crazy. Let's get to quick news. All right. I have some quick things to tell you guys in there. Donald Trump is holding billions of dollars to make sure his name gets on airports and Penn Station. Stay tuned for that. Bitcoin, talking about Bitcoin might be attached to Epstein and it is losing an incredible amount of market share. Now, I'm not a Bitcoin or cryptocurrency guy, so I cannot wait to come into the comment section. Anybody knows about this, please let me know. But I have a really, really interesting video that you guys are going to like to hear about that. Northwest has new hand piercings. We just have to talk about that because we've been always talking about Northwest and Kim allowing her to do certain things. I'll have a quick update on that. Kanye West's wife, Bianca, speaks out and breaks her silence. Y'all know we're following up on Kanye since he had that apology letter that most of us do not believe. And then I'm going to come to the comment section, okay? So just for quick news, you guys stay tuned. I'm coming over there right after quick news, all right? Sit tight. All right, let's follow up on Mr. President Trump. Mr. Trump. New York and New Jersey sue Donald Trump after he demands airports and Penn Station be named after him to release $16 billion in federal funding needed for construction. President Trump is making headlines after reports reveals he wanted famous public places renamed after him in exchange for releasing billions of dollars in federal money. The focus was on major locations like New York's Penn Station and Washington, D.C.'s International Airport. According to reports, Trump told the Senate minority leader, Chuck Schumer, he would consider unfreezing money for a major train tunnel project if Schumer agreed to rename Penn Station and Washington, D.C.'s airport using Trump's name. Why would Penn Station be Trump's station? Just why? Schumer quickly shut that idea down and said Trump does not have the power to make those kind of changes. The situation has now turned into a legal fight with New York and New Jersey suing the Trump administration over the frozen funding. These claims, they claim holding back the money is unlawful and politically motivated, especially since the project was approved long before Trump's return to office. It's things like this that you have to be smarter than Trump. This is on purpose. Now, would he love to have his name? For sure. If it was up to Donald Trump, the United States would be just called Trump State. The United States, the United Trump States of America. I'm telling you, he will try to do that one day. But even though he would like to do that, he also knows that he loves you to hate him. And that is what you have to not let him do. He wants to irritate you because he understands that the media works in his favor, probably more when he agitates you. And then you get deflected and he could do a bunch of other things that he wants while you're arguing about Penn Station. Anyways, listen to this.
They have some news right now. Punchbowl News is now reporting that Donald Trump is demanding that he put his name on New York's Penn Station, as well as the Dulles International Airport in Virginia. And in exchange, if he is able to do that, if Chuck Schumer lets him do that essentially, then Trump will release funding for a critical gateway project. He's literally holding up a critical transportation infrastructure project because he wants his name on Penn Station and on Dulles International Airport. So Trump, according to Punchbowl, has now asked Schumer to support renaming Washington Dulles and Penn Station after Trump. Now, the work for the Gateway project is shutting down because the Trump administration suspended billions of dollars in funding for it in a very political move earlier on in his administration. And the money completely runs out on Friday, unless Trump releases the money. This is actually considered, quote, one of the largest and most important infrastructure projects in the entire country currently. And while Trump apparently will release that money if he gets Penn Station named after him and Dulles Airport. Spread the word.
You gotta let those things roll off your back. Now, for sure, they need to sue him and they need to, get their money out. But he does this on purpose. He knows he's going to lose, but he does these things on purpose. It's just who he is. It's just who he is. Okay, let's move over to Bitcoin now. And like I said, I really want somebody, if there's some listeners out here, to tell me about this, because y'all know I love to talk, but I really do not talk about things I don't know. Take a listen.
Update, Bitcoin is still falling off a cliff. And I would just like to remind you that this email exists in the files. If you know anything about how Bitcoin started, That's the name of the person that apparently created Bitcoin. And that's Jeffrey in 2008 talking about that name in quotation marks that Maxwell was using. So I think what's happening is that it is cratering. It's cratering because the people that hold the most of it, which let me remind you that person that apparently created Bitcoin holds, I think it's like $115 billion of it, the person who holds the most of it. And nobody knows who that is. But this email would suggest that it's them. And I think all the people that hold the most of it are dumping it because there's too much heat on it. And that's why it's falling off a cliff. Just my opinion. It's just my opinion. But I think that that's why it's cratering. Because it was a scam from the beginning and all the people that hold the most of it are connected to this circle. And so they're dumping it. Okay. Hope you don't have any of it because it's going to be worth poop soon.
Is this the end of Bitcoin? Have we gotten something finally from the Epstein files? Okay, we don't have anybody arrested yet. We don't know of any other people that were alongside Epstein that may have committed some crimes. The only person that is in jail is Ghislaine. But have we figured out that perhaps Epstein and the people in his circle are the ones behind Bitcoin, and now this could be the fall? Would that at least be something good to come out of this? And we don't even have half the files. So I have been famous for saying, guys, you know, the left and the right, they're both involved. You're not going to get anything. But Bitcoin is sinking. I did at least check that part out. It is, she says, falling off a cliff. And Bitcoin, I mean, was at its height when Trump came in. Remember? I think it was like at its highest ever. It's sinking. Is this the fall? The beginning of the fall of the regime? We know that Bill and Hillary are, I think it's next week that they're going to be talking in front of Congress. Hillary said yesterday she wants it to be in a public forum on cameras live. Said she's ready to tell all. You want to talk? We'll talk. I played you a video yesterday where Donald Trump is like, oh, we should leave Bill alone. I like Bill. Don't let him, don't question him. I like him. Maybe wrong, guys. Maybe these Epstein files are finally starting to make some cracks. Maybe that big machine that was in the dark room that we don't know who's there running, maybe we're starting to see some of it. Because y'all know if Bitcoin is falling, you know something's going on, because that is the currency of that world. Just want to let you know that. Okay, two more things. I'm gonna go over to some entertainment now. This is a picture, and I'm gonna put it up quickly because I've seen some blogs kind of like Instagram kind of, you know, when they put that kind of like fog over it, and then they're like, click if you want to see it, whatever. So just in case I want to set off any YouTube flag, so I'm gonna just put it up real quickly right here. This is Kim and Kanye's daughter, North, new piercings on her hand. Just look at that. Crazy. Okay. Now, for those of you who've been following me, I have shown you guys videos where Kim Kardashian was like, that corset that she was wearing, it was wrong. I should never have let her wear that. Just give me grace. Kanye West, you know, he's going through his stuff. He's not around, and I'm a single mom, and sometimes I make mistakes. And I was like, yo, Kim, I'll give you grace. Single moms, man, y'all have my heart. Since that, she has come out and she's had these kind of like henna tattoos, the blue makeup, the grills or whatever. And I don't have kids, but I have a niece. And I was like, I just feel for her age and the fact that she is on TikTok and she has this huge platform. And I have thought that was wrong. And Kim came out and kind of doubled back after the corset thing and says, hey, she's a kid and she wants to express herself, and I'm just going to back her as her mom. And we have had this discussion as things go on. But I really wanted to get your guys' perspective on what you think of these hand piercings. Now, I think North is still only 13 or 14 years old. And I'll put it back up here quickly. Like, what is this? I just think it is so wrong. And I don't think it is a good message. Okay. That was just my 2 cents on that. A couple of people sent it to me and asked me. Now, in closing, before I get to the comment section, I want to touch on one last thing with Kanye West and his wife, Bianca. Now, as most of you know, Kanye West put out an apology letter 2 weeks ago, apologizing to the Jewish community, the Black community. He blamed all his antics on him having mental health issues and him being bipolar, and he wasn't in his right mind, and we should all forgive him. People have decided to say whatever they want. I have decided that I don't believe it, coming from a mental health space. I told you guys that it was all publicity, and also the fact that he now has to apologize because he's tried to buck the system for so long. He realizes that he needs DSPs. He needs major record labels. He needs Adidas. He needs all of this stuff to make money. And it took him 2 years. And that's the reason why he's coming around, and that's why he's apologizing. Some people were like, hey, we want to forgive him. Some people, okay. I came out the week after. I'm like, hey, he has an album coming out. FYI, apology letter. He got signed to Gamma Records, Larry Jackson, and now he has an album coming out in March. Okay. Now today, his wife, who is pretty much famous for not saying much, she has a Vanity Fair article. And guess what she's doing? Running defense for her husband. Bianca Censori admits she considered leaving Kanye West amid his bipolar episode, says being with him felt like giving CPR for months. Bianca is opening up about her marriage to Kanye West, revealing that she at times contemplated walking away from the relationship amid the many controversies surrounding him. In a recent interview with Vanity Fair, that is done a month before her husband's album comes out, she acknowledged how overwhelming the past year has been, comparing it to doing CPR for months while trying to support her husband through intense public scrutiny. Oh, the public was so hard on him because he said derogatory, disgusting things. Yeah, we are so bad, right? Yeah, okay. Addressing Kanye's repeated offenses and troubling remarks on Jewish people, Bianca says she questioned him directly about his fixation, but did not receive answers that made sense to her. While the backlash cost Kanye West millions in brand deals and global reputation damage, Bianca says there was no PR cleanup on her end because she was focused on remaining his wife and dealing with their relationship. He was so far gone that she wouldn't come out and nobody wanted to do any PR because he was so damaged. Okay. The interview also reveals multiple lawsuits filed against Kanye West by former employees and associates, which included allegations of SA, et cetera, and a hostile work environment. Kanye West has strongly denied the claims and has moved to dismiss the lawsuits, arguing they are an attempt to punish his creative process. Oh, yeah? Okay, I guess that is blaming too on mental health and bipolar. Bianca also pushed back on a narrative that Kanye dictates her revealing fashion choices. She insists the opposite, admitting that she has an obsession with, y'all know how she dresses already, and enjoys pushing the boundaries. Guys, this is just Kanye, Gamma, Larry Jackson saying, hey, the apology letter didn't work. Hey, this hasn't really worked. I played you guys a video yesterday from Torre where Torre told you no stadiums want to let Kanye West in. No touring companies want to work with him. AMG, I think, and Live Nation are the two biggest. And if you're not with them, you're playing in like hockey arenas, bro. So this is just another attempt for Kanye West to come back. Now, I haven't made up my mind on Kanye West. Y'all have to make up your mind, but I'm not buying it. I think this is just even more defense. And what I will say is, how come him himself hasn't come out? Why don't we see a video where we could see his eyes, where we can hear the tone in his voice? I want to see Kanye West in an interview with somebody that's going to challenge him, that someone's going to push him. Let me see if he's really made some changes. Okay, that's it that I have for you in quick news. I'm coming over to the comment section right now. Hey, I finished a little early today, 50 minutes. Bam, 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 bam. Okay. Comment section right now, guys. I'm coming over there right now. Okay. All right. Quickly. Before I come into the comment section, just give me 1 minute. I have some bills to pay. Is your laptop or cell phone or computer vulnerable to data breaches? That's an indirect question. Let me answer that for you. Yes, they are, all three of them. If you are not using Aura, the all-in-one digital security platform, go to my sponsor below, aura.com/Trent Out Loud to get your free 14-day trial to see if any of your data has already been exposed. If you ever wonder how scammers get your cell phone number or why your inbox is filled with spam, here is why. There are companies called data brokers, and they sell your data, and they do it without your consent, and they sell it to marketers, scammers, and even stalkers and make billions of dollars. That is why I recommend today's sponsor, Aura, to my family, friends, and out louders. Aura takes care of the hard part for you. Here's the kicker: automatically removing your information off of these sites and keeping it off. With Aura, you get alerts if any of your personal information is ever found on the dark web, real-time fraud alerts for your credit card or banking information. You got a secure VPN, antivirus, password manager. They also have US-based round-the-clock customer service. And also, in the event that anything should ever go wrong, Aura also includes a $5 million identity theft insurance protection package, all right? Or you may already have a digital security tool, but not having Aura is like locking your front door and keeping your back door open. Make sure you sign up today. It's the link below. And here is the QR code. You could take your phone out, camera. It will take you directly to the link. The best thing, guys, it's absolutely free. You don't have to spend no money. You could go and see what Aura can do. Nobody has ever tried it and not seen some of their information on the dark web. They'll erase it for you. No more text message with links, people calling you, weird emails. Sign up with Aura today, okay? Also, a lot of people have always asked us, hey, we love your show. Do you have PayPal? Do you have Venmo? If you do want to give back to the show while we're on live, the best way to do it is through a super chat. And also after we post the video, you can give us a super thanks. It'll be at the bottom of the video. And or you might have to look, there's a 3 dots in the comment section. And lastly, for those of you on YouTube, make sure you sign up for the Out Loud membership. You'll see the join button above us or the membership button. All right. Okay, let's scroll up here. We got a lot of comments to get through. I'm really, really anxious to see what y'all got to say today. What up? Okay, so Daniel is, okay, that's the first person. Just comment with nothing. Caroline said, yo, Caroline. Mystery in the building. Hello, Trent. Hold on, let me take a sip of my water so I don't start yawning. Hip Act said, hey, Trent, happy Friday. I finally caught a live show from the beginning. What up? Mystery said, streaming from the UK on Twitch. It's Friday. What up? Natasha in the building. That meme was hilarious. Okay, really isn't that hilarious, but fine. Felicia said, evening, Trent and the Out Louders. It's Friday. Kim is in the building, as per usual. Natasha in the building. Miss C. Smith in the building. It's Friday. Mass said a bunch of cool in the president house. She's loved me on payday, says Dirty Don is ripping chainsaw, taking names, apparently. Kim says, hey, Natasha, Hip, and everybody in the chat. Emily says, hey, Trent, let's get the party started. Bah, 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 bah. James says, I love it. He can troll like a Greek god. Thank you for that, and I respect your opinion. Alpha says, ha, 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 I love it. Crystal says, happy Friday, Trent, my fellow Trent Angels Out Louders. It's Friday. What up, Crystal? If you're driving, don't forget to be safe on your drive. Natasha said, happy Friday. Person turquoise wave speech. I don't know what that means, Natasha. Hey guys, act subhuman fact. You guys act subhuman fact. Hire says whatever they are. I don't know what that means. Leaf says I love how he just talks mad ish. OG says Trump goat best troll yet. Hey, I love all the comments. Thank you. Cheryl says good evening, Out Louders. Missed you guys. What up? Okay, we're not gonna read that. Somebody said good evening, Trent. Good evening, Keith. Chat world. Oh gosh, here we go with the Drake comments. Howdy, Trent. Katie listening from the UK. What up, Katie? What up, Andrew? Bam, 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 bam. What up, what up, what up, what up? Hey, Trent, and the louder. Shay. La Shay. Oh, La Shay. You changed your picture. I like that little black and white picture. He says, this man needs to be out of office ASAP. Thanks, Keith, for that. April had some angry faces. Somebody says, this is hilarious. Misty says, Mr. T is damn out of order. I am sorry to say he looks more like an ape more than anyone else. Last Shay said, wow. WTF was Rifkin then? I don't know what that is. Rafiki. Rafiki was a monkey, not an ape. Big difference. There were monkeys, yes, but no apes. Very, very clear on that. So, oh my gosh, Trent. LAK said, I'm glad I caught your live. I'm glad you caught it too. Black History Month beyond. Oh, I didn't even think about that, Keith. On Black History Month, you're disrespecting the Obamas. Crazy work. Felicia says, Trump is so wrong for doing that to the Obamas. That's disrespectful. But you see how there's even people in my chat laughing, saying, ha, 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 the troll. This is what Trump does. He does this. He riles up the left. They get mad. They're like, oh, that's just horrible. But then his base are like, ha, 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 I love my guy. And then the media takes it. And then you don't talk about the Epstein files. You don't talk about whatever. You don't talk about the economy. You don't talk about gas. You don't talk about rates. You don't talk about the stock market. This is what you can't let him do. It just cracks me up. DTS and something delusion or something. Somebody says, oh, Trump blows. Mike Brown says somebody is getting fired. Kim says, I have company and I'm watching the show. May not comment too often, but I'm watching. Thank you, Kim. Shay said, very disrespectful. Natasha said, I understand him. Obama, king of the Caroline, girl, bye. Ken says, our president is a joke. Will Penn says, is this turd making an excuse for what happened? I don't know if she's talking to me. Simon says, she sucks. James says, when the lawful old man gets to the end of his lifespan, he does one or two things. He either looks to God for forgiveness or tries to hide his wrongdoings. Mike says, why did you vote for Joe Biden? You know he took a... Okay, I'm not going to read that. Something says, how about you talk about the voter fraud that was posted with it? I did. And that was just tagged in the end. I did say that. The racist period is depicting the Obamas as apes. It's racist, sorry. And even bigger, I'm not going to say that. Not going to say that. Somebody said, it's Friday. Mercy says, every day it's something else with Mr. T. He's just trying to sidetrack the people in the U.S. whilst he gets up on something else. 100%. Lachey agreed. Are you mad you didn't think about it first? Says Mike. Yeah, I'm so mad. Lachey says, Trump needs to act like the president and not a third grader. America was built on racism. Robert says, they don't know what do to uncover Epstein files. Have a pretty good day. Oh my gosh. Jeff says, somebody explain why Michelle. Oh my gosh, I'm not going to read that. Shasha said caught red-handed. Exactly. Sorry, Democrats. Craftman says, sorry, Democrats. This ain't no big deal. All the Republican black host is laughing about it. That's why I'm trying to focus on the bigger issue, the fact that he took it down. Mike says he voted for Joe Biden. That said, he didn't want... not reading that. Mike, while I totally respect comments on the other side, I invite it. I'm not going to read when you make comments like that. Okay, Crafton said the only people making a big deal about it is Democrats. Mystery says, and to infuriate me even further, the ICE agents dragged a sick lady out of her car today and was a U.S. citizen on her way to a doctor's appointment. She's lucky to be alive. I think that was that already happened. If I don't know if something new happened today, but there was already a lady that happened to. They cut her seatbelt off. Mike says, okay, Mike, stop, please. Nah, facts, Shay. He won't. Not to mention, he has too many people kissing his so he constantly gets away with it. Jay Jackson said, hello, TOL. Hello, Jay Jackson. What up, what up, what up? Derek said, hey, Outlouders. Derek here. Oh, Derek from yesterday. Hey, Outlouders. Derek here. And I heard all your comments and responses. Some nice and some not so nice, but it's all love over here. What up, Derek? Thank you. Welcome back. Welcome back. And said, get a real job. Okay. Joe Lewis said the Republicans are a bunch of cowards. They are scared of Taco Man. Cowards. Somebody said go to Charlie says wonderful man, an amazing man, most high intelligence man of history. Oh, love Trump, eh? Charlie says wonderful man, an amazing man. Okay, we read that. Kim says, hey, Derek, welcome. There you go, Kim. Somebody told me to be quiet. Took it down after more than 12 hours. Exactly. Derek says, let's get things straight. Trump is not a racist, but I agree the post is in bad taste. Thank you, Derek. And sometimes we repost things out of bad judgment. Okay, I'll take that, Derek. I will take that. Thank you. Maybe the prayer worked. Shay, you're a Democrat, not nice person. Well, Tim, I am not. I'm independent, but thank you. Somebody said, I think it's funny. Okay, you could think that. You are right, Trent. Rem the true social. Oh, gosh, I yawned. Damn it. You are right, Trent. Rem the true social comments being taken down. And Mr. T putting it up himself. Facts. Victoria said, who can now continue to support this embarrassment of a president? Only a white. This is wrong. Also unforgivable. He's an old man acting like a child. Jazz says this wasn't America. DIM. Most Obama wanted people out. Cheryl says, Derek, we do not know if he is or isn't, but what he has shown is not someone I want in charge. Love that. Really love that. That was from Cheryl. Really like that. Thank you. Trump was not wrong. Okay, respect your opinion. Hey, Crystal! Bam, 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 bam. Oh my gosh, this video is... Oh, Crystal already commented already. Sorry. Oh my gosh, this video is disgusting for anyone to post, specifically the President of the United States. It was just... Oh gosh! Trent, I made it the whole day without yawning yesterday. Jeez! I'm not tired, I promise. It is just deplorable. Every day it is something new from him. Don't let him get to you, Crystal. Don't let him get to you. And anybody that condones this behavior needs serious help. Kim says, well, Derek, you have the right to your own opinion, but it was very untasteful, racist, and disrespect. Derek says, do you all know that Trump was the first who offered his private jet to fly Nelson Mandela to the States in the early 90s. Trump was the one of the few who defended Michael Jackson when everyone wouldn't. Okay. Hey, thank you for your comments, Derek. I don't know what that has to do with this. That's like, when somebody says something that's racist or like, I got black friends, you know what I mean? Like, but I still respect your comment, man. Thank you very much. Kenya says, but why did he take it down? His racist post about another President Obama and his wife make it make sense? Good point. Excuse me. Okay, maybe I should just get the yawn out and then I can keep going. Jeez, Trent, come on. It's Friday. Jerry says, if you believe Trump is not a racist, you are really, delusional. Somebody said, James says, big deal. Derek says, come on, guys. Have You all forgotten our biology. We all evolved from monkeys. Relax. Derek, come on. Derek. Bro, I love you and all, but come on, bro. Come on. Stop that. Cheryl says, make fun of the and this. He is wrong to me. The only difference between last term and now, oh my gosh, is that he got. Somebody said fake Drake. Thank you very much. Recklessness. Derek will be coming for me because I dissed Mr. T. Derek says Crystal, Mars, Kim, Joy, and Professor TOL. Happy weekend, guys. Thank you, Derek. Thank you for sticking around. Thank you for watching. I hope we can chat one day. Emily says disrespectful and racist. Kenya says, why is her mom more important than all of the ish that is going on in the US? That's what I said, but then I played the video and I explained to you why. Kim says, you are Derek. You as well, Derek, agree to disagree. Sorry about that, Kim. Kim wrote that perfectly right. I read it wrong. My dyslexia acts up sometimes like a cold. Derek says something about this Nancy story sounds in-housey and somewhat uninteresting because I smell a rat in the family. Wishing her safe recovery. You think it's a family member? Okay. Universe says no cameras on the property. Yes, but they weren't have subscriptions. Kim, the angel heart, I see you from Derek. Hey, I like that. Love that. Crystal said, seriously, America, open yours. Enough is enough. What is it going to take before you learn that this man is out of control? I can't wait to see what Mars says. Excuse me. About this video. And I'm very, very sorry, guys, for yawning. I know it's super rude. I'm very, very sorry. Crystal says, and his behavior unacceptable and should not be enabled, praised, or excused. Kenya says, was Savannah a Trump hater? Did she say something against his administration or him? Yes. Sorry, I don't want to say yes. She said stuff about Epstein. I don't know if she said anything about Trump. But when you say something about Epstein, Trump is normally in there, so we'll see. Universe said someone could jam the Ring camera. Yeah, but it's not even that it was jammed. It's just that there was no subscription, period. Definitely agree with Derek. I smell a rat. Yeah, something is up. Hey, happy weekend, y'all. I was on PC Live, which you all are usually at, but then switched to mobile live, and are we all here? Yes, we're all here. And don't forget, I'm gonna go and today I'm also gonna take a comment from yesterday's post. You guys didn't even have to remind me. I remembered. Crystal, you're here. Boom. Says, hey, Crystal, happy Friday. Mystery says, something still don't sit right with me with this Nancy story. And it sounds like the Uber driver was the last person to see her before her disappearing. Good point. Good point. Derek says, besides, why don't we ever talk facts that President Obama has a white mom? Why doesn't he talk about his white mom? Because he missed an opportunity bridging racial divide. He always talks about his white mom and his grandmother. He's never there. He's never past that. Hey, Nancy. Yeah, been here, but the PC Live been looking for you ladies. Congress is holding back something. Hey, Crystal. Hello, everybody else I may have missed in the chat. Hope all is well. Happy Friday. Kim has people over, so she can't be as engaged today. We still love you, Kim. Don't worry. Natasha says, I'm usually on my mobile on my way back from work. Happy Friday, Kim. This may not end well, universe. Katie says, maybe it could be an inside jump from the Ring camera company to have known she had no subscription to feel safe in the entire premises. Katie, I agree with you. Maybe it's Ring trying to remind people, like, y'all have our cameras, but you don't have a subscription. I guarantee subscriptions are skyrocketing right now. And maybe they just chose her. She's a Today Show person or whatever. But then why have, like, how would they know that this was such a national story? And why does Trump and it's Trump and the FBI getting involved that makes me feel like something is weird. And the fact that the sheriff said yesterday, I didn't call the FBI. The FBI called me. Weird, man. Mars is in the building. Hey, T. Hey, Angels and Out Louders. Happy Friday, Kim, and everybody else. That's from Emily. Kizzy says, Derek. Okay, I don't want to say anything bad about Derek. I know they... Okay, I cannot read that. No, not going to read that. Somebody said maybe ChatGPT. Mystery says, I think the authorities know more regarding Nancy and they can't tell the public. 1,000%. Natasha says, are we having an Out Louder Super Bowl party this Sunday, Trent? I'm going to be in Minnesota. So I don't know. Maybe if I was home, I'd have a party. And I was going to stream from here, but I think I'm going to be at like a bar watching it because I'm going to be in Minnesota. I'm going to say perhaps stay tuned and maybe I'll try to go live from there or just be like, yo, live from Minnesota at the bar. I don't know if it's going to be too noisy or what. Yo, maybe we'll do, I was going to say we could do the halftime together, but I won't be able to do halftime because of the restrictions with the copyrights. Yo, let me think about it. If I do, like, stay tuned to Instagram or I'll post something on YouTube. Because I'm not home, I'm not sure what I can get away with. Sorry. Ken says, America is a laughingstock simply because we are divided. We fall for anything and stand for nothing. That is why I try to bring people together on my show. That's why I try to watch Fox and CNN. And that's why I watch Nightline with Abby Phillips, because she has Republicans and Democrats. We got to bring people together, yo. Derek says, chat out of 10, what grade would you give Obama's administration with respect to the Black achievements? I recognize that his presidency was monumental for Black excellence. Somebody said, Robert says, it was done by illegals, very people Savannah pandered for. It's a little bit of a stretch. Universe says it is just a distraction. Derek says, my opinion, Epstein is still alive, living somewhere in Israel or Gaza. I actually had a video today. I posted it on Instagram, but I already posted a similar kind of video. But I've heard that there's pictures of him. Do I have the video here? I think I deleted it. Yeah, I didn't want to play it for you guys, but it's on my Instagram if you guys want to go and check it out. Let me bring it up here quickly. Go on the Trent Out Loud show and you'll see it, but I'll play this for you really quickly. I don't know if you guys can see it. Look at that. Hold on. That's just blurry.
Jeffrey, please stop.
No, hold on. All right, this is not going to work out because you guys, can you see that? No. Go to my Instagram and you'll see there's a picture and there's like an AI thing that are like, yo, there's an old picture of him in Israel, then it might be him. It's pretty cool. Check it out on my IG, okay? Lachey said, did I miss somebody? No. Lachey says, that's what I was thinking too. It was done by illegals 100%. That was Robert. Everything is illegals now. Everything. Lachey said, wow. Universe said, Derek. Thumbs up to Derek. Derek, you're popular around here, man. Eddie says, not sure what her kidnappers is about, but just know everybody in the government didn't want those files coming out. 1,000%. The real KLB says, good evening. Good evening, KLB. There says, Trump is using the Epstein files as leverage on many fronts. Why do you think so many leaders caved to Trump? Michael Dell donating $6 billion to the Trump accounts, Jeff Bezos, Melania movie. 100% agree with you, Derek. Kenneth says, because they know something and they are willing to go to lengths to keep it covered up. Totally agree. But she says, wow, that video clip with the lady, she brought up so many very interesting points from Epstein, links, and people associated to it. Crazy, right? Hey, Mars, happy Friday. Natasha, I'm usually on the mobile app. etc., etc. Hey, Trent and the Out Louders. I'm having a Super Bowl party. So I just answered that. Unfortunately, I don't think so, but we'll try. Citizen Kane said, "What up, Trent? Hope you're well. What up? What up? What up? What up?" Citizen Kane in the building. Joe says, "Now I feel like it's deeper than it was. I thought the family may have been hiding hands, but now I'm blown. Life is becoming more like that movie in the Nicolas Cage and John Travolta." Facts. Derek says, in the song "It Can't Be Life," Jay-Z spoke about a son he had in 1994, which I think is Ramir. He is referring to the, woo, good point, Derek. Hey, Citizen Kane, with the with the super chat. Citizen Kane is always dropping some paper over in the super chat. Thank you very much, brother. Appreciate that very, very much. Min says, my thoughts, Trump knows most of it and never participate in something stuff. When they went after him so hard, my thoughts on the mom, the family accidentally unalived her. Geez, that's some pretty crazy thoughts, Min. But hey, thank you for your comments. And he says he could use the money towards something else. Because he says, I'll meet you. Okay, I'm not going to read that. What up, Out Louders? It's Friday. Full. Okay, I'm not reading that. Derek says, it's crazy how the Dems still don't know how to deal with. Cheryl says, in that song, he also says the baby was stillborn, but hey, could be a play on words, stillborn. I don't know, Derek. People also speculate that he was talking about Free from 106 in Park. Really? I never heard that he was with Free. Citizen Kane kind of said, what up's going on? Good, my good brother. I like that we got some dudes in here. Most of my following is women. I think like 75% on YouTube. Love to see some fellas in the chat. Welcome, brothers. Kim says, speaking on the lady who is missing here in Arizona, the word on the street is that, by the way, Kim is from Arizona, is that it was ICE that took her mom because the daughter was disagreeing with Trump, allegedly. Wow. Kim, thank you for the tea. Earth says Biden and Trump are both not nice because he says okay, because I cannot read any of your things anymore. Somebody said so right. Kenneth says, hate, like, subscribe to the channel. Lashaisi says, I just watched another interview of a journalist who spoke out against the files. They spent millions keeping her in court after a surfing accident where she lost her fingers. No money, unable to type. Wow. Kenneth says, hit that like button. Thank you, Kenneth. Cheryl says, oh my gosh, I hope ICE wasn't behind this. She's on meds, and from recent reports, people ain't getting them. Crystal says, yo, all of this kidnapping stuff is getting way too crazy. It's like a plot from a movie. I know. Thank you, Trent, for bringing all of this hot TXT, I think you mean, hot gossip. Oh, TX2, hot gossip tea, and hot Trent. Laugh out loud. Crystal, you're hilarious. Okay, because I'm not going to read your things anymore. Somebody says Trump is biased. This is what all Black people fear. Not too sure what that is all about. Almost like saying something. Somebody says the chat is in the end, it's all selective outrage. Respect that. Thank you for your comments. Eddie says, I just don't feel her mom missing deserves all this attention. There's so many, still missing, and they don't get this much media coverage. No offense, she's old. She had her life. It's not necessarily that she's old, but yes, I totally agree. Like, why is it just selective things? That's why I feel there's got to be more to it. Somebody told me to be quiet because says Trump is not a very nice person at a high level. I think that word gets flagged on YouTube. Sorry again, guys, about words. I would love to say them. I know, but I could get flagged. Derek says, it's crazy how that, by the way, Derek, love these comments. Thank you. Derek says it's crazy how the Dems still don't know how to deal with Trump. Yes, he is a straightforward negotiator because he is a wine kind of guy. Sorry, he's a win-win kind of guy. That's my dyslexia. Sorry. If something or serial leaders can make a deal, why not the Dems? Hey, I agree with you in the sense that I don't feel like they understand how to deal with them. They're still in the old time political ways. You got to stop with all of this. Like, do I like what he posted today? No, even Derek admitted it wasn't presidential or it wasn't forthcoming and it was wrong. But we got bigger things to deal with, people. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's not going to get him impeached. So why does it have to be the biggest thing in the world? You know what I'm saying? So I agree with you on that, Derek. The end of social justice snowflakes. False Eddie. False facts Eddie. CIA started it from Universe. The Dark Miracle says, we are all calling you people the N-words now, so get used to it. Derek, that's just not cool, bro. Ascending says, make the dark musician. Okay. All right, you guys are just having fun. Mr. T wants his name on everything. Facts. All right, I'm just going to skip these people talking here. Oh my gosh. Hold on a second, guys. There's Derek. Bitcoin is called cryptocurrency for a reason. It's all hidden. Facts. Sorry, I just want to make sure I'm not putting out. Hey, Andrew, how are you today? Hope all is well. Okay, I'm going to skip this. Sorry, guys, I just got to filter because there's a lot of people talking some things that I don't want to put up on screen. Don't seem to, you seem, see, not nice. There we go. This is a good one. La Sheshe, united we stand, divided we fall. Derek says, maybe Epstein is still alive and he is the one that has the most Bitcoin. Maybe. Kenneth said, I mean, honestly, is she even in jail at this point? It's a lot of smoking mirrors. 1000% totally agree with you. The king of all evil. Somebody says Jesus is king. Accept Bitcoin in trading up now. Okay, I'm gonna skip this. Skip this. Eddie says the dark musician is trolling. Ignore him chat. Exactly, that's what I'm doing. It is okay. No, you're not gonna break that. Sorry, guys. Sorry, I'm a little bit slower now because I gotta. Yes, Eddie, the one and only king. Derek, here we go. Derek. I like that I could just trust Derek and I don't have to read it. This Epstein file could crumble the whole Western power, and maybe Trump is worried this doesn't happen under his watch. Really good point, Derek. I'm loving Derek's comments today. Every Bitcoin crash, it leads to record highs. Okay, we'll see what happens with this. I voted Republican Party as soon as I learned Democratic Party leaders corruption. You can't get any truth from Democrats. Okay, respect that comment. Universe said CIA military industrial. Jeez. Okay, they got exposed. It's out there. Majority of us don't play. Okay. Somebody said give her nothing. Bitcoin will bounce back, but it's not wise to dump huge amounts of it. Derek. Cheryl says there is an end to every beginning. True. And stuff is slowly falling into or out of place. We are in the age of awareness. Exactly. That's why I think it might just all come down. Crystal says, Drew, I think it's Drew. Do you still feel the way now that you see the Republicans are also corrupt? Good question, Crystal. And he says, no offense, Kim cannot raise those children. My daughter, the same age, and they're growing up fast. Celebrities ruin kids. Okay, respect that. North, West, following in the steps of her father with those tattoos. Shay said, North likes, in my opinion, missing her dad. Somebody says 18 years old should be the age for that, for North to be doing that. The MAGA movement and Trump supporters are made up of angry racists who don't believe in equality or diversity and who are highly upset about a black president in a White House for 8 years. That's Chili Willy. Thank you for your comment. President Trump and Vice President Vance, best men to get the job. Thank you for that comment. The MAGA movement, okay, I read that already. Can't even get, it's just, I'm really just careful about ages that I'm saying here. Until somebody is of that age, they should follow their parents' rules. Every child needs guidance, but I cannot imagine what North might be going through as Kanye West's child. Very good point. Oh my gosh, Drew. Yeah, if the job is completely ruined this country, then sure, they are the best to do their job. Eddie says Bianca is a handler. Nobody feels sorry for her. She knew what she was getting. She stunts for those celebrities every day. Shay said, looks like signs of mental health concerns, to put it shortly, with North. That's sad if it is. Very, very sad. Derek says Kanye should have married Rihanna and lived happily ever after in Barbados. That's funny. Imagine. He says, don't even know Buddy had any, let alone album coming out. Yep, in March. I hope nobody listens to it. President Trump, Eddie, this was to Drew. President Trump has caused much chaos and division as the past policies, while the public is focused on other things. If you think they are getting the job done, you're living under a rock. Thank you, Eddie, for that comment. Nolans, hey, what up, Nolans? Makes sense to me now. Trent, excellent connection to Epstein. Oh my gosh, horrible. Prayers for the family. I hope mom is returned home quickly. Oops. Kenneth said, subscribe to the channel. Thank you. Thank you. Somebody said, praying for Nancy. Emily. London Brooks says, Trump is trying to race bait Black Americans. Don't fall for his tricks. Use your vote and protest through profit. Stop spending at all cost, and corporate America will put Trump in his place. Love that. That is how you deal with that. Love that, London. God help us says Trump is in the Trump Epstein files more than that's funny. Kim says, I think Kanye would have been okay if he would have never came out and said anything about Jews. Trump stuff, it believes Black and Asians are supporting him 100%. Agree with you, Kim. There says, anybody who still maintains a relationship, connection, or communication with Epstein after 2009 should be investigated and tossed into jail. That's my favorite comment you ever made, Derek. I totally agree. Emily says, hey, Trent. Hey, Trent. Oh, hi, Trent's mom. I think like and share. I think you're saying hi to my mom. Thank you. My company believes Kanye West was cloned. That's crazy. That's from Kim. Somebody said yes, Kim. I heard that on that video that I played yesterday. People think he's cloned. What up, Kim and Crystal from Citizen Kane? Y'all know that Citizen Kane loves Crystal. Hello, Trent's mom. Hope you're doing well today. She texted me yesterday. Thank you for reminding me. She texted me yesterday. She said, thank you guys very much for all the love. And she love you guys right back. And she says, yes, she's very proud of me. And she loves the love that you guys send her. So thank you. Craftman says, if you could still take up for Democrats after Epstein list, I have no respect for you. Okay, so what about Republicans then? You should put them all together because they're all in there. Craftman says, he got no proof on the 2020 election fraud. He should talk about that. And he's still trying with Fulton County. Somebody says it's oh, is this Cosmic? Like that used to be on the show with me and Mars from Atlanta. Is this Cosmic? Let me know. Melinda says This is comment queen. Y'all better leave my friend alone. Okay. Lashesha says, sorry, Kenneth. I didn't see your comment till Trent read it. Hey, Trent and the Outlouders. That's from Sassy Sandy. JC said, when will people learn when JT says, I don't care about you, I just want your votes? He truly means it. Citizen Scene says, no yawning, Trent. This is 4 days in a row now. Hey, yesterday I didn't yawn at all, bro. Joe says, yawning is contagious, Trent. Stop it. Sorry. Trent, no yawning. Or you're giving me 5 jumping jacks. Yeah, at our retreat, I'll give you 100 jumping jacks, okay? Let me drink some water. When I read yawning, then I think yawning. Charlene Walker said, I see you have a bunch of ignorant followers who cannot read or comprehend. They are something about America. That's just so, like, why do that? We've been having such a good chat today. Like, why bring that up? Crystal says, and welcome back, Derek. Glad you are back. You see? Jeez. Eddie is laughing. Lasheshe is waving. Some said drink some coffee. Nolan said drink some coffee. I love you, Derek. I too believe in evolution. Excellent point made. See? Nolan, Derek. Let's go. Lasheshe said, maybe you associate yawning with reading your comments at night. Oh, maybe that's why. I have no clue why I get like this. I'm going to be up all night tonight. It's Friday. I'm not even tired. I think when somebody said, like, maybe it's the position and then looking down and I'm not like this anymore. I don't know what it is, but it's annoying, man. Nolan said, let me try leaning this way. Nolan says, you're a great reporter, Trent. I love your show. Thanks for reading the comments. Thank you, Nolan. Really appreciate that. And thank you for the nice comments. And of course, I'm all about the comments. Somebody says, reach much. Lasheshe says, I heard it could be Nancy's family too, her daughter and son-in-law. Really? I don't know how to pronounce this name here. Sorry. I'm going to call you Madeline. Is it Madeline? I think so. The first known person was black. Then they came over to Europe and the new, more lighter tribes started to take from with blue eyes. You don't read about biology in the US. I think that's maybe to the biological question. Comment. Some people have cameras with no service just to scare. Yeah, but what's the point? It's, I told you, it's $5 a month, but I get it. Hey, come across your stream and I like that you're building. So, okay, that's just a bot. Lasheshe said, who is performing at the Super Bowl halftime show? Is that a joke? Bad Bunny. Just to answer you, maybe you don't know Lasheshe. Bad Bunny. Derek says, since you're going to Minnesota, are you going to visit the Learning Center? I'm visiting everything. Kim says, hello, everybody. I just want to inform you have a new listener. Let's go. What? Thank you, Kim. Thank you for that update. Trump's, and hello to whoever's listening with Kim. What up? Kim's our favorite over here. Chili says Trump's name in the Epstein file 38,000 times. I don't think it's that much, but okay. Trump's name is, okay, I already read that one. Great show again tonight, Trent. Thank you, Mystery. Chili says Trump's name is in the, gosh, how many times are you going to write that? My name is Christopher. Okay, thank you, Christopher. Sorry if I mispronounced it before. You made that comment. Jay Jackson says, hey, Trent. Hey, Jay Jackson, what up? Jay Jackson says, it's embarrassing the things he does, our president. Stuff. Bess says, I agree. Why can't black... Hold on. Black... I agree. Why can't something chill? I just don't want to set off any flags. Why can't anybody who goes missing get the same attention? Totally agree. Obama, 2008. What's your opinion on the Trump regime? Got to follow the show daily. I tell you every day. Cheryl says, happy Friday to M. Hey, did M come here? Sorry, I just skipped M's thing. Professor, what's up? Happy Friday to the professor. Sorry. I really just skipped over that comment. I didn't even see it. But thank you, Cheryl, for saying happy Friday to M. Do you think is that Linda? Okay, I'm not gonna read that. Sorry, David. Off question, but hold on. Let me take this off reading here. Do you think that's still gone? All the good info. Okay, I don't even know what that means. I'm not gonna read it. Obama only helped. Okay, that's just ridiculous. Jay-Z had first dibs on Rihanna. Hi, Nolans and Emma. Happy Friday, ladies. Derek says, Trent, you forgot Trump is an independent like you. He was once a Democrat when Clinton, yeah, I know that, was president. Hence the reason why Trump still likes Clinton. Do you know that Donald Trump once said that, yes, he is a Democrat, but if he were to ever run, he would run as a Republican because Republican people are not smart? Google that. He said that. I think he may have even said it on Oprah. It was like in the 80s. But yes, I know that he's not a diehard Republican. I've always said that Trump is about himself. Trump is about himself. Trump has made over $1 billion since he's in the presidency. And that's what we know about. Not comparing to his sons and all of that stuff. Trust me. Trump is not, oh my gosh, I'm doing this all for party at all. All right, that's M talking to Kim. Sorry, I was preoccupied, so only half responding. That's all right, Kim. All right. I feel like everyone's sanity is important to take a break from social media. Totally agree. Crystal says, love you all. Safe journey to Minnesota this weekend, Trent. Thank you. Hi, Trent's mom. Thanks for raising a good boy. That's from the professor. I definitely agree with you, Derek. Yep. Derek says, Trent, you need some spicy chips and nuts to stop the yawning. Yeah, maybe I should take some little like snacks with me when I'm here. Somebody says, yes, what is this? The cost of the show is not trying to make. Oh, I think this is a good comment. Oh, yes. Okay, Cause Milk. Yo, Cause, what up? Yes, it's Cause from the show. Yo, that's crazy. Been trying to make it to your lives. Glad I made it. Okay, guys, this is the other part of when I used to do lives on Instagram with Mars, another guy, Cause, and gosh, Cause, what's your cousin's name again? Gosh, it's so bad I forgot her name. Please don't tell her I forgot her name. Y'all know I'm bad with names. Anyways, it was the four of us and maybe some five of us. We used to talk about love. We were the four corners of love. One was divorced, one was single, one was married, one was separated. It was really, really cool. Cause, what up? I'm so happy that you caught one of our lives. Mars was here, but I don't think she's here anymore. But what up? Thank you for tuning in. Eddie says, Trent, just read all the chat, expose the racist. Yeah, but there's some things I don't want to say on YouTube because it will send off flags. A 100 jumping jacks, Trent. Love to see it from Crystal. Let's get married tomorrow. Okay. Gina says, happy Friday, Trent. That post that you made of Barack was way too much. I was extremely offended. Okay, you're not talking about you mean of Trump, right? Kim said, hit that like button. Nolan says, if your parents are old and need assistance, common sense would tell you to have a sitter or somebody check in on them daily. Facts. Lashesha said, I forgot I don't watch football. I'm sorry about that. Yeah, so Bad Bunny. Great live, Trent. Thank you very, very much. Hold on. Hey, Trent from the professor. Kim says, happy Friday to everybody in the chat. Sorry, I'm not responding. Have company, but I am listening. It's all right, Kim. Guys, don't feel bad if you can't be here one day. We all know that we're all louders and we all love each other. If you're ever driving or you got somebody, we all know that if you're not here, that you'll be back. All right. Jackie Brown said, made it to a live. Welcome, Jackie Brown. And I don't know if this is good here. Robert said, hey, what's up, my brother and my out louders? Okay, this one is good. Hey, my people, get your minds right. Donald Trump has started something bad, and it's going to be on now. Shaking my head. Stay safe and blessed. Robert, thank you very much for your comment. Robert said, what up, Cause? His cousin's name is Cuz too. What up, Cause? And Aisha, yes, your niece, Aisha, and her son. I still follow her on Instagram. I see her son is rapping, and he's I think he was on stage with like Wu-Tang or something. Anyways, tell Aisha I said what is up. Shout out to her son, and glad you were here. All right, guys. Thank you for sticking around. Hold on, one more. So glad to see you're doing your thing, man. Big up to yourself. Thank you, Cause. All the way from Atlanta. Big up, Cause. Okay, guys, stick around. We're going to go to lesson of the day. I'm going to give you my sign outs, and I'm going to come and give our last goodbyes for the weekend. If you guys have any last comments you want to get out. And by the way, Derek, thank you for sticking around. Thank you for all your comments. I don't know if you saw this yesterday, but I want us to all give a round of applause to Derek for being the leader of the right side. We do have left side. I feel like Derek is the leader of the right side. And why I feel like Derek is the leader is that Derek is giving his opinion in his way, and he is being respectful, and he's being open, and he's being honest, and he is saying, yo, I don't like what Trump did today, even though he still likes Trump and he is on that side. So Derek, I really, really appreciate you. And that is exactly 100% what we're trying to do here on this show. And this is the whole point of this platform. So thank you very much. I don't know if I dropped the sign yet, but let's go over to lesson of the day, and then I'll sign out and I'll come back to last comments, okay? I don't think I did that. Okay, today's lesson of the day, let me get to it real quickly. Oh my gosh, we still had an hour and 40 minutes. Jeez, we like to talk, huh? Here is today's lesson of the day. Don't sell anything else but feelings. Now, y'all know I like to take any sort of lesson or any sort of example and apply it to relationships, friends, or work. So you're going to hear him talking about being a salesman, but I'll tell you after how this applies to relationships, selling, job, or a friend. Take a listen.
Salespeople sell features. Great salespeople sell outcomes. And really great salespeople sell feelings. If the only thing you get out of the sales call is that the customer feels better, we've achieved something. Because that gives you the opportunity for another call. People never remember what you say. They remember how you make them feel.
I really, really love that. As you guys know, I'll do this very quickly. As you guys know, I'm a former retailer, had a national brand, and my staff was always instructed to make the company, the visitors, our guests, I took it from Starbucks, I never called them clients, our guests feel welcomed. Starbucks is one of my favorite companies. Let's not get into whatever. Some people don't like Starbucks, whatever, blah, blah. But Howard Schwartz, the starting of it was, I want to make Starbucks their third home. You have your home, you have your work, and you have Starbucks. I always want to try to make my stores feel the same way. I wanted to play good music, welcoming music without swear words. I wanted to make grandmothers. It was a sneaker boutique, but I wanted to make grandmothers feel welcome, parents feel welcome, kids feel welcome. It didn't matter. You didn't have to be a sneakerhead to come into Expo City. And it was always about feelings. And a lot of people would leave Foot Locker and be like, hey, do we have quotas here? And do you have to upsell sprays? And do you have to put a lace in? And do you have to put this? Whenever we got consultants who were like, hey, you could, upsell, you could do this. And I never wanted that. And I grew my business from the trunk of my car to a national multi-million-dollar brand based off of selling a feeling. It didn't matter to me if you came in there and you bought laces or if you bought Yeezys or Jordans or whatever it was for $300. I wanted you to have a great experience and feel good. I wanted the customer service more than salespeople. People would come and be like, I'm a sneakerhead. I know everything about sneakers. I don't want that. I wanted good people that could make people feel welcome and make other people feel good. I could teach you about sneakers. It's really easy to understand. I can't teach you how to be a good person. And that is how I built my company. And that's how I try to build this platform. I tell you guys every day when I sign out, and I'm about to say it now, if you know like-minded people, good people, people like Derek, people like Mars, people like Crystal, people like the professor, people like Kim, and everybody, Lashay, everybody in the comment section, you guys are good people. You can have good discussions. Always leave a good feeling. So when you go into a job, or if you are at a job and working somewhere, yeah, it's important to, have the great sales, or, reach your quota, or to do this, or maybe have some competition. But I'm telling you, you're going to keep that job and you're going to move up if you have your coworkers feel like you're a good person and go like, you know what? Yo, Derek is a good dude. You know, he might not be our highest performing salesperson, but he's a good dude. He's a good person. And I think that has been my reason why I have been successful at different things in my life. We talked about this yesterday about not listening to fear and being able to just go out and do things. And somebody said in the comment section, Trent, you've done so many things. You've been successful at so many things, whether it be acting, whether it be modeling, whether it be the music industry or retail, because I've always left the room trying to make people feel good. I might not be the smartest person in the room. I might not be the whatever in the room. But when I left, I want people to be like, I like that guy. I think he's a good person. I think he's a good dude. And the same thing in relationships. People are talking about, oh, girls want a guy with money, or guys say I want this or that, whatever. I think ultimately, regardless of whatever money you have, how smart you are, or whatever you're going to do, when somebody is looking for somebody in a relationship, it's all how you make the other person feel. If you make the other person feel noticed, if you make the other person feel loved, if you make the other person feel appreciated, like they have your attention, that you care about them, it's a feeling that will always surpass whatever monetary thing that you could buy a girl or a guy, or whatever education or whatever status or whatever. And if there are people that prefer that, then those aren't the type of people who you want to be with either. So today's lesson of the day is always leave your friends, your work, or your partner feeling good about you. It's always about the feeling, not about the selling. All right. Let's go over. Let's go over to my sign out, and then I'll come over to last comments. All right. I got to get used to this new setup. Comments are normally at the end, so it's comments, lesson, sign out. Get it together, Trent. All right. Coming over to the comment section, I see some comments there. Today was a great day. Thank you guys very, very much for tuning in. Love this. Good way to end the week. I'll be in Minnesota tomorrow. I'll be there until Tuesday. Stay tuned for lives. I'll be doing lives, maybe some on Saturday, maybe some on Sunday, definitely on Monday. So make sure y'all stay tuned for that. And thank you very much again for tuning in all week. Everybody tuning in, streaming on lives. I mean, we started this January the 5th. So this is kind of like our first full month. And I think maybe our third or fourth week. So thank you very much, everybody, for tuning in. I'm so happy I made this decision. I was a little nervous at the beginning, but it has been amazing. Views are up, comments are up, and more importantly, like we just talked about feeling, I feel good. I feel good doing this. I was just thinking to myself yesterday, I feel like I'm where I'm supposed to be. I feel like being able to talk to you guys, getting the comments right away, I'm picking the right subjects. I feel like I have the right tone now. When I was recording, I would post it and look at comments, and it would come back. I feel like we're on to something. So great that we're ending off this month this way. Great that we're ending off this week. Thank you guys for tuning in. Y'all are the best. Okay. Now, before I let you guys go, gotta get my little sign out. Gotta remind you of 3 things. When we're on live or after we post this video, if you want to give back to the show, we do not have PayPal. We don't have Venmo. The best way to give back to the show, to your favorite YouTube host, is through the thanks button. It might be at the bottom of the video, or you might have to click the 3 buttons where the comments are, and it will pop up. Just feel free to give whatever you want. We appreciate it all. Okay. Thank you, Citizen Kane, for your super chat today. Also, do not forget to sign up for the Out Loud membership. If you are on YouTube, you'll see the join button or a membership tab somewhere there. Sign up and be an official Out Louder today. Lastly, do not forget the first link below to sign up for Aura. It's absolutely free. It's absolutely 100% free. If you're ever wondering if any of your information, your credit card, social security, or anything has ever leaked online, well, Aura will be able to tell you and show you, and then you can have them remove it absolutely free. So don't forget to sign up for Aura. Also, before I let you go, I just want to remind you of 3 ways to keep up to date with the show. For those of you who like podcast platforms and like to listen to shows like this, we're available on any single one. Just go to any pod site, type in Trent Out Loud, the show will pop up. Do not forget to hit the follow or subscribe button so you can be notified every time we upload a new show. And we upload 5 days a week. Now, if you're like me and you like to watch shows like this and you need video, head on over to YouTube, type in Trent Out Loud. 6 things I'm gonna need you to do: hit that subscribe and hit that like button, get the algorithming. The third thing, really important, please try to comment after we post the video. Even if you commented on the live here, and trust me, I appreciate all the lives. It's why we're going live. But please try to comment after the video is posted, because I don't want people to feel, hey, if you don't catch the live, there's no sense of having a discussion. We want to continue the conversation. So Derek, feel free to continue the conversation. Hey, I forgot to take a comment. Darn it. I'm going to come back to comments, and I'm going to give a live comment, and also Instagram. Totally forgot. Sorry. And I have a note right here. Anyways, yeah, so please try to comment underneath this video, okay? What else? Yeah, please comment on the video. And for the people who don't want to join in the conversation, totally fine, no pressure. What I love to see, though, every night before I go to bed, I look at all the comments, and what I love to see is how global the show is. So if you don't want to join in, please let me know which country or city you're watching from. I love to see it. Now, fourth of all, like I mentioned a little bit earlier, if you're enjoying the show, if you like this platform, please try to help us grow it. We want to be around 10, 15, 20 years. This is new media. So if you're like-minded people, if you like this content, please try to share it. Kim just said we have a new listener, so shout out. We appreciate every single new listener, so thank you. And do like what Kim did, and please try to share this channel and help it grow. Fifth thing, sign up to be an Out Loud membership if you're over on YouTube, and do not forget super thanks or super chat. Now, the third way to keep up, I also mentioned this earlier, but we also are streaming now, new for 2026. Every day at around 5:30 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, we live stream on Facebook, LinkedIn, YouTube. YouTube, we have 2 streams going, one in a cell phone format and the other one in a TV or laptop format. 2 different streams, okay? Also, we have Twitch, we have Instagram. I'm coming over to your comment section. And we also are on Kick, okay? So if you're into streaming, if you're into live, those are the platforms you can check us out on, all right? Podcast, video, stream. We do it all the way. Also, before I let you go, just want to tell anybody who wants to follow me outside of the show all the ways. I'm available on all social platforms. It's always the same handle, Trent Out Loud. I'm the most active on Instagram. And speaking of Instagram, please follow the Trent Out Loud show on Instagram. I'm having so much fun with it. It is like this show, but just a little bit more relaxed. And what's great about it is I can talk to you guys in the morning. Gia just said that. Lunchtime, when I'm in Minnesota, on the weekends. And it's just more fun over there. It's a little bit more relaxed. Sometimes I'm in my robe. I just woke up. I just came out the shower. I might not even have a shirt on. It's just unabated. We have fun. I post some videos. I'll still post some political and entertainment stuff. It's a way for me to get you guys some information and news and give you my take. And it just kind of lets us kind of keep more connected, right? Like I said, we keep connected on the weekends and outside of the show time. So please, please, please follow me on the Trent Out Loud show on Instagram. Now, speaking of that, as promised, I'm going to go over to Instagram right now and see if there was any comments over there. The Instagram comments don't come over here. So let me just see if there were any comments. Oh, here we go. This person, Cecilia, says, if Epstein is allegedly unalive, where did his money go? Who has it? From your fan, Tiffany from Toronto, Canada. Thank you, Tiffany. Love that. I have no idea where to go, but you do have a very, very good point. Rim says, as soon as she started doing that ridiculous art stuff, it started her business. Now she says she would leave. I really don't know what that is about. Sorry, but thank you for your comment. Sally says, kudos to you, Trent, for bringing in all the information daily. I look forward to all your shows, and I am glad to have found you. Thank you for all you do. Much love. Thank you, Sally. I really appreciate that. All right, that is it for the Instagram. And now I'll come back over to our thing here that was cause. And right before I get to this, let me also do as promised, because Lamies called me out yesterday, I have to do one from the YouTube videos that we post. Hold on, give me a second. This is from a YouTube video. Come on. Hold on a second here, guys. Okay, here we go. So this was yesterday's here. We're going to go here. Comments. Boom. Okay. And I'm going to do it live so you just see here that I'm not picking and choosing. I'm going to stop on one. It's clear he's talking about his wife. She stated on camera he taught her how to be a woman. Not questionable to me. This is about Jay-Z and his questionable verse on Young Girls yesterday, which I thought was questionable. And maybe he's talking about Beyonce, but it is still questionable in my opinion. But I do respect your opinion. And that came from Venetrin. Sorry if I'm pronouncing your name wrong. Okay. Let me do our final comments over here. Bankroll says, glad to see Canadian content creators on here. Thank you very much, Bankroll. I'm also Jamaican and American. I was conceived in Florida. Just joking. Jay Jackson says, awesome, Derek. Gave him some hands. Yeah, man, he's doing great. That's from Cause. Hey, Trent and the chat. Hey. Crystal says, thank you, Derek. Please keep coming back. We appreciate you. Definitely 100%. The professor says, absolutely. Students will always remember how you made them feel. Exactly. That's from the professor. The professor says, I have the privilege of visiting students all day. They appreciate the time and care you show more than you ever realize. See, that's why me and the professor, we have a connection. We understand each other. Kim says, hey, Trent, another great show. I hope everybody has a great weekend. As always, peace, love, and happiness. Thank you very much, Kim. Crystal says, yes, 100% facts. If you want to leave a lasting impression, it matters how you make them feel. Most people don't remember conversation, but they always remember how you make them feel. Crystal loves this show, but Crystal's favorite part of the show is lesson of the day, and she always follows back with a great comment. Thank you very, very much, Crystal. The professor said, students visit me throughout the day. Oh, you're just making your spelling mistakes. Don't worry. I read it. Citizen says, no problem, Trent. I do what I can do. Hold on. I do what I can do so you can do what you can do easier. Thank you very much. Have a great weekend. Salute. Thank you, my brother. Appreciate you. Jay Jackson says, yes, the feeling. Mystery says, good night, Trent, and all the out louders and the angels. Natasha said, have a safe trip. Thank you very much. Crystal says, even if you make a sale, when they go home and think back how they feel about the sale will determine whether or not you have a lasting customer and good reputation with their friends. 1000%. That is how I built a whole brand. Crystal says that also applies to relationships and any connections. Totally agree. Crystal says, thank you, Trent, for the amazing community you have created and all the awesome content that you deliver. Another great full week of lives. Have a great weekend all and love y'all. Thank you, Crystal. Really appreciate you. Citizen Kane says, make sure y'all smash that like button before you bounce. Have a great weekend, y'all. Salute. Peace, Trent. See you Monday. I'll see you also Sunday because I'm doing a live on Sunday. But yes, I will see you. Hey, Citizen dropped another super chat. Let's go, Citizen Kane, my brother. Thank you very, very much. Appreciate that. Crystal says, shout out to Mama Out Loud. Thank you for raising such an amazing gift for us all. Thank you for that, Crystal. And really, it had to end bad, huh? Somebody says, Obama and his buddy, Big Mikey. Jeez, we're not going to leave with that. We're going to leave this nice with Crystal here. Hold on. Cause has maybe something nice to say. May you all be well. Happy and peace. There you go. That's a nice sign out. All right. Okay, we have a minute and 20 seconds. So I'm already here. Let's just get it to 2 hours. Okay. Let me take maybe another comment from yesterday's video. Somebody says, stop. Well, this is Rusi Stop saying Jay beat his Jane Doe case. He didn't beat the case. Jane Doe herself said she dropped the case herself because Jay was having her and getting at her and her parents. Do simple research. He never beat the case. Okay. That's actually not 100% what happened, but you're technically right. He didn't beat the case. My point is, I was using that terminology saying the case never went to trial. So in legal terms, we say that he beat the case, but you are technically correct. And I'm mad enough to say when I was wrong. So no, he didn't beat the case, but through his lawyer's tactics, whether they're right or wrong, the case never got to trial. And not only was her parents and him, the thing was also too about Tony Busby not having his paperwork correct, filed in the Southern District of New York or whatever district of New York. And because his paperwork wasn't put together properly, that is why the case got dropped. So although you're right that he didn't technically beat it in the technical sense, he didn't go to trial. So he still kind of won. All right, y'all, we are done. We are officially at 2 hours and 10 seconds. Thank you, thank you, thank you. I love y'all very, very much. Have a great weekend. Stay tuned for some lives. I might be doing a live tomorrow on the road. I might do a live on Sunday. We'll all for sure be doing a live on Sunday. And for sure, we'll do a live on Monday. I'll see you soon. Have a great weekend. I love y'all. Thank you very much for tuning in all week. Peace. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. It's your boy, Trent Out Loud. Peace.